Disney Plus is in big trouble. The mainstream legacy dinosaur media refuses to tell you this, yet here we are, saying what is true and showing you the stats to back it up. And guess what? The legacies, they're starting to dip their toes in the waters of truth because they feel the pressure of you going to the new media to find out what's really going on. And what's going on is not good for Disney's flagship streaming service. We'll break it down and we'll show you why Disney Plus is breaking down in 2025. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the channel that is changing hearts and minds simply by telling the truth every single video. Folks, we're going to give you a masterclass in what's going on with Disney and Disney Plus. It is not what Bob Iger wants you to hear, and yet we will do so, and we will do it for free. You are all on scholarship indeed. All we ask is that you click the like button. We'll get underway, and we'll give you some stats and some knowledge that you were not supposed to ever know, and yet shows trouble. Big trouble is brewing for Disney Plus this year. We're here to talk to you about the Disney Plus conundrum that is happening right now. There's a Disney Plus disaster, and we'll start with Forbes. Disney Plus's best new show arrives with perfect 100% critic scores. Now you might say, well, Pro, that's good news. Well, sort of. It has to do with Spider-Man, the animated show, and I'm here to tell you, there is a concerted effort that we're going to reveal to you to try to save Disney Plus by trying to boost this show in any way they can. All right, Paul Tassi, once again, the author. There has been a lot of buzz and controversy surrounding the release of the non-MCU animated project, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on Disney Plus. Now, why is it non-MCU? Well, because they don't want it connected with the MCU because it can't be canon. And it can't be canon because it's changing so much stuff. So already the tension is released by it not being, it's not even a multiverse thing, okay? Especially in the wake of trying to potentially live up to X-Men 97, which, by the way, we reviewed X-Men 97, gave it an 8.5 out of 10. So when they deserve a win, we give it to them. But reviews are in, and so far the show appears to be stellar. That's judging by a current, folks, get ready, 100% critic score. 100%. In other words, the critics are telling you this is essentially The Godfather Part 2. They're telling you this is The Sopranos. 100%. It has a perfect score. It is perfect. Perfect. Oh, but only an 81% audience score. And by the way, we don't trust those audience scores. It should be said that this is a low number of critic reviews in, just 10 so far, but while it may drop, that's an incredibly strong start for a project many were skeptical of, myself included. A perfect 100% would be the highest rated Marvel project in history, though no, it probably won't stay there. Also on top are Black Panther at 96%, Avengers Endgame at 94%, and Iron Man at 94% for movies, and X-Men 97%, 99%! Oh, and look at that, Miss Marvel, 98%. They are great, but they know what really is good content. Miss Marvel, 98%. Gotta love the critics. So why are they doing this? Let me show you. Out of Cosmic Book News by Matt McGloin, who he does a fantastic job. Star Wars: The Acolyte at the top of the garbage pile on Disney Plus. She just, she really was not at all a distraction from what they were trying to achieve. It's learned the Star Wars series The Acolyte is at the top of the garbage pile of shows on Disney Plus streaming service. New data reveals that Star Wars franchise on Disney Plus underperformed last year, along, of course, with Marvel. The news shouldn't be a surprise, as we've gone over countless times. Disney Plus automatically has the Nielsen ratings turned on in your accounts. The Star Wars and Marvel shows have also been in the gutter in terms of ratings and viewership. Now more of the same is said from Luminant Ratings, which is owned by Eldridge Industries, as well as Penske Media Corp., who own a monopoly of shill sites like Deadline, The Hollywood Reporter, Variety, etc. So when the shill sites say it's bad, oh, you know it's bad. Now, let me tell you, Percy Jackson, Acolyte, Agatha, Echo. That's the top 4 shows for Disney Plus, originals, in 2024.
Oof.
Yeah, nobody's watching them. And this has made it out into the mainstream now. This is out in the mainstream. As was said here, right? Deadline is reporting this. Variety is reporting this. So once they start reporting this, people are beginning to know that Disney Plus is failing, right? Like, this is the step This is the iceberg hitting the Titanic for Disney, because they have constantly tried to sort of intermingle Disney Plus and Hulu statistics. And Hulu's doing okay, so Hulu hides the fact that Disney Plus is doing so poorly. Now these ratings are coming out. And this comes on the heels of the advertisers being so angry at Disney Plus because they're not getting good viewership on their ads. So why would they be trying to save Spider-Man? Well, we know that the Spider-Man show goes pretty darn far into wokeism, and the critics love that. So fair enough. Here's why they're trying to save it. Let me show you. This is from Disney Plus. This is a Disney Plus press release. Came out January 16th. Next on Disney Plus, February 2025. Now, just know that Skeleton Crew wrapped up in January. Nobody watched it. Nobody. All right. Didn't even make a single subchart for ratings calculations. So here's what they've got in February. It says Disney Plus is the dedicated streaming home for movies and shows from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Nat Geo, and more. Blah, 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 blah. All right, February 5th. Kindergarten, the musical. My Best Friend's an Animal. Oh, Spider-Man. Episodes 3 through 5. Okay, that'll come out in February. February 7th. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. It's already been canceled. The Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl. Oh, everybody's going to watch that. Everybody's going to watch that. February 10th, Cheerleader Generation, The Secret Lives of Cheerleaders. Yeah, I don't think so. February 12th, Harlem Ice. Figure skating in Harlem. Yeah. Marvel Animations, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, episode 6 through, okay. February 13th, Shuffle of Love. Sly Lives. February 17th, Adam Eats the 80s. Magic of Disney Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. 19th, Mickey Mouse Funhouse. Then they get this. Finally, the second half of February, they're going to get the Win or Lose thing. And what do we know about Win or Lose? It's the Pixar animated show that they stripped out all of the alphabet content. February 21st, we get Theme Song Takeover, followed by Fur Babies. Find My Country House, Kim of Queens, No Taste Like Home with Anthony Porowski, Outrageous Love with Nene Leakes. Then we get Win or Lose. Then we get Wizards Beyond, Waverly Place. That's February. That is the Disney Plus release schedule for February. The only thing they have is this Spider-Man show. It's it. So it is all hands on deck to defend it, because what's going to happen, guys, what's going to happen is if Spider-Man doesn't chart, clothes are off the Emperor. We all know what's happening now. It's out in the mainstream. This has that, like, they have to give it everything they can, because what else is there? We've already watched what happened with Andor. You think season 2 is going to outperform season 1? Lauren, you like Andor, but it's not going to chart because it barely charted on season 1. They are in, and this is part of that calculus I'm making, that Disney could have a catastrophically bad 2025 beyond what we recognized. Disney Plus is in free fall right now. Panel, what say you?
Oh, it absolutely is in free fall. I mean, we've seen very expensive programming. The content creation budget is just through the roof, and yet nothing charted. Nothing really caught fire. I don't think anything has really increased that subscriber count right there. So are advertisers going to be as willing to put up major buku bucks to have their products and advertisements attached to their programming? I really don't believe so. So yeah, Spider-Man really has to hit. They need some wins in the can to say, hey, look, listen, this was the most performing thing, when compared to especially like Amazon, Netflix, and YouTube. They don't really have that right now. Now, their movies, they really dominate the charts. So I will give them all of that. But their shows, which people go back for and what people really subscribe to and stay subscribed for in order to reduce churn, they have nothing. I think it was Marvin who was on the yesterday's Pro Show, who was saying that the best Disney Plus shows, which are very expensive, by the way. I mean, Andor, 2 seasons, $645 million. Anyway, the best Disney Plus shows don't even scrape the bottom of the worst Netflix shows. I mean, that's really where the chasm is, and especially when you separate Hulu and Disney Plus out. I mean, what is it, fourth and fifth in the charts? And if you add in YouTube to that, then they slip even further. I mean, it is really in a bad way. And remember, the company bet their entire business on this. Hundreds of billions of dollars were spent. The parks have atrophied. Every single division has atrophied, especially the linear broadcasting, which was such an amazing business for them. They threw it all into Disney Plus, and this is where we're at.
Let me show how dire it is at Disney Plus, and why I think that we may be watching a spiral now, a downward spiral for the platform. If we go back to the movies for December, there are 2 films that chart for Disney. Whereas at one point, Disney had animated movies always charting. In December, they had Home Alone and Home Alone 2. That's the movies that charted for Disney Plus. If we go to acquired, you'll see that Disney is doing okay because they got Bluey. It's the only thing for Disney Plus that's charting, Bluey. But if we go to original, there's nothing. Disney Plus doesn't appear. Hulu doesn't appear. When it comes to creating original content, Disney is nowhere to be seen. They're gone. They have been eliminated. So this is, people are not yet recognizing just how bad this can get in 2025 because there's a lag from the time that this becomes apparent to the time that it is obvious to everyone, right? So we've seen that it was apparent in 2024. We're projecting into 2025 and saying, red alert. But it's going to take until, it's like when the Titanic hits the iceberg, to go back to that analogy. At first, everybody's just kind of look around like, whoa, wait a minute, what happened? It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take some months. But I think people are going to catch on to the fact that Disney Plus is now taking on major water. Kevin, I mean, am I wrong? Am I right? What do you think?
I think you're 100% correct. And I think you guys aren't giving yourselves enough credit. You guys were ringing this bell back in 2023. We're very much so aware they played funny with the numbers. The data just never jived with any show. Even their big hits aren't really hits when you compare them to everybody else. And if it wasn't for Bluey and Hulu, essentially carrying the water, Disney Plus is it might as well be what was that Paramount? Oh, the might as well be CBS All Access at this point.
I think Tubi could beat them. I legitimately think now that we're looking at a future where Tubi is going to overtake Disney Plus. And a lot of people watching this video are going to say, what's Tubi? And pretty soon you're going to say, what's Disney Plus, right? Lauren, the highlight, the apex of the Disney Plus streaming platform was the finale of season 2 Mandalorian. And I think, you just got to believe they never knew how much it was going to damage them to not only treat Gina Carano the way they treated her, but also to abandon the Luke concept that was so promising. They got rid of all that. They said, screw that. We're going to go in the Kathleen Kennedy direction. We're not going to do what we were going to do. And they jettisoned it all. And they haven't recovered since.
And they won't. I mean, it was damaging to Kathleen's vision. And that's why they decided to sacrifice it, because Mandalorian was quickly becoming more popular than anything that Disney had produced. And that finale of season 2 promised that we were going to see the Luke that we wanted and deserved. And Favreau had seeded some things in the show that were minor differences from what had appeared in the sequels to kind of indicate there's a possibility to go a different direction here. And when that finale aired, I think it was such a direct threat, they had to cap it. And that's what happened. And they have been deservedly punished ever since.
I don't see I don't see anything on the horizon that gets this changed. There's no announcement that I've seen that's going to redeem Disney Plus and put them back as a premier streaming platform.
I'm even thinking about what's on the actual Disney Channel proper. You've kind of chased off parents because you can't trust what the kids are watching if you're not super paying attention because of some choices they've made. The I don't see anybody being excited about anything Disney related. I think Moana 2 was the closest thing people came to showing some vague interest, and that fizzled really quickly, and no one is excited for this live remake. I don't see people being excited about the Frozen movies. So Disney is at an all-time low, I think, in the in public trust and desire to want to go see anything. And once Captain America takes its shellacking in a couple of weeks, and then we get to whatever the next
Snow
set of
White.
lines are going to be, they're
Snow
in
White.
big trouble. Oh, Snow White. So,
Yeah, think about that, Kevin. We've got on the box office side, we've got Captain Un-America, Not Snow White, Thunderdolts. Yeah, that's the lineup. That's the lineup. And put another one in the can, folks. A video of excellence has been birthed into existence, and you were there to witness it. Thank you for participating. We hope you had a good time. Folks, it's a great time anytime we get to share time with you, and we mean it. The only thing additional we ask, on the way out the door, consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it and stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. And oh, by the way, if you would be so kind, perhaps share this out on your favorite social media platforms. Folks, we've got all kinds of content coming your way. If you are interested in going even beyond all of that, well, there's a pro store, and you can always find those items directly below the video you're watching. The Pro Store. It's a cool place to check out for items that, well, definitely Disney and the rest are not going to sell you, but we're happy to do so. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.